We're back with Indian fatigue. You guys really seem to enjoy the commentary on black fatigue. Let's give this one a shot.
Holy smokes, we got
Yo, is that Philion?
Indians worshiping animatronics like it's Five Nights in Finish. Am I the only one that kind of gets the creeps from stuff like this? I mean, look, it even has like demon fangs and demon claws. One thing I find interesting about India is how before the internet existed, this land was seen as some kind of place full of wisdom and meditation and spices and...
Yeah, we're probably going to talk about some uncomfortable realities with India as a country, the caste system, the culture, the food, how it's portrayed on social media. Strap in!
Medicine. And then after the internet, it's just like...
What this is?
I don't know.
Oh, chat, what is that?
It's like people started actually going to India and video documenting what they started seeing and the culture that they started experiencing. I just want to say before we start the video, this is no way in shape and form every single Indian on the planet. You know, there's
Yes, it is. No, I'm just playing.
billion or so of these guys. There's no way every single one of them is not wearing deodorant and not showering. You know, we have like City Boy JJ over here who's carrying the entire country on his back. This is not a call of violence towards Indian people, nor is this video intended to bully anybody of Indian descent. This is simply me reacting, disagreeing, or questioning with culture, as well as my raw reaction to certain clips. And I should have said this in my Black Fatigue video.
My biggest problem is the sheer amount of trash in the country. Now, I've heard some theories that the West pays for India to take our trash. I don't know how true that is. I don't know why they decide to kill biological water systems like rivers, creeks, lakes, and oceans. They even developed rotting corpse devouring turtles. It's a special crossbreed to clean up dead corpses in the Ganges. And then those turtles wound up dying as well.
But if you're Indian watching this and you feel a sense of embarrassment, please don't, unless you are one of the people that actually are doing some of the...
They take a lot of plastics and use it as a fuel source for heat and cooking and whatnot. Indonesia has a poison tofu issue because of the same thing. We're aware here at Third Eye Global, kick.com/Philion, we've covered that. There is a whole lot of poverty and trash maxing.
Weird and illegal things shown in this video. But today we're going to be talking about the weird things that they've been doing with cows, the Canadian invasion, and honestly, how they're just everywhere in the world, the pollution that they cause, and really...
And if you think I'm ever out of place or out of pocket, I'm not kidding. Nearly everything I say is backed up by science, okay? You can source me all you want.
Just a lot of weird things we're going to be going over today. Now, I wanted to start with the cows. Now, may I warn you, if you are one of those people that watch YouTube while eating, you might want to either skip this part and come back later, or, you know what, actually, we won't start with the cows. We'll do this later. If you're eating right now, finish your food and we'll come back to it later.
Brian Johnson got one-shotted by India. He had to leave the entire country. He couldn't sit down for one podcast because of the pollution. Everything he worked for in terms of biohacking came crumbling down. He got radiation poisoning in a matter of mere minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay, right, guys?
I'm bisexual. That's okay.
Yeah, no, bisexual, that, you know, it's not my cup of tea, but it's up to you.
I'm transgender. That's okay.
You know, once again, not my cup of tea, but if that's what you want to do, you know, that's okay.
I am a Hydra. That's okay.
Wait, what? Where did that come from? Did they just say that they're Hitler? What? That just came out of left field.
We are beautiful.
Oh! Trying to teach a fellow Indian native about deodorant. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
What this is?
I don't know.
You don't know? Look,
Perfume.
deodorant. For
Okay.
this, for this.
Okay.
Do you use it?
I don't need that.
Brother, you need to use it.
He probably doesn't even know what it is, to be honest. India has insane levels of poverty.
You need to use it.
Why should I? Why should I?
Because if not, you're going to smell bad.
It doesn't matter.
This guy just asked, why should he be using deodorant, as if it's not the obvious answer to that? Like, bro, you are going to...
I don't really identify with the soy facing of just lowbrow, like racial jabs. They can be funny, but a lot of the time it's people just farming.
You smell like shit, like literal poop from a butt. And that's fine when you're in India, because I'm sure everybody else just smells the same there. But when you come to Canada and
I smell bad, it doesn't matter. Like, that's actually high tea. That's actually based.
America, you're gonna whip people's heads wondering what that smell is. Like, it's not even a joke that deodorant is against Indian culture. Like, they genuinely have such an ego about themselves that they don't think that...
I don't know if it's ego based. Is it?
they need it. It's like, newsflash, everybody needs deodorant, even women. Like, why is this actually kind of tough? Like, he's aura farming mid...
Now, this is an actual phenomenon that happens in India. With social media, a lot of them like to aura farm. That's why they get so close to trains. Not even kidding, it's the juggernaut theory. They want to act cool, calm, and collected under stressful situations.
Fight with the stall stand owner. Everybody personally thank this man right here, because he's fighting the CEO of Indian street food. After he wins, they'll finally be rolling out health code violations to anybody violating them. I have no doubt that there is actually 2 billion Indians on Earth. Like, you know how some people be questioning the world's population?
There are not 8 billion people in the world.
Why is there just a correlation of trash and poor people? Is it a lack of discipline, being clean, or trying to be healthy? Appealing is a character trait that you can learn. It's not just unlocked at a certain wealth level. Listen, I hear you. I've asked myself the same question. Anytime you cover third world countries and their love of living amongst trash and filth, there's always a libtard to remind you that it's the West's fault. Some of these people just literally do not care. I don't know. I don't have the answers.
I've been all over the world, and I haven't seen nearly 8 billion people.
This is one of the funniest guys on X, by the way. Shout out Reese Bra.
Have you been to India? I know a lot of people skip that destination, but if you're going to be talking about the world's population, you might need to go see that place first. And even if you don't go to visit India, like, I want to ask this guy, how many Indian people have you seen? If you genuinely traveled the world, how many Indian people have you seen?
It's a lack of government responsibility and funding in terms of the external environment. I think a lot of it is due to the population being fucking enormous and infrastructure being underfunded.
Without going to India.
They have nukes, by the way. They have a space program. I also have this weird realization that a lot of people think the smartest people on the planet are just in India at any given point in time, and we must import them to the West. You hear this with the talks of H-1B visas, but if you talk to any actual software developer or any Silicon Valley person, they just write spaghetti code, and then you have to hire 10 other people to undo the damage that they... Like, listen, I'm sure there's outliers, but that's why we don't listen to the generalizations based on outliers.
Because they are everywhere.
First time in NHL history, O Canada will be performed in English and Punjabi.
Why? Why would you need the national anthem?
It's bizarre. I don't live in Canada, but you speak to any Canadian and they're like, yeah, it's just India 2.0. Man, what's the problem with that? I'm stuck in my old ways. I still think England is Harry Potter land and Canada is a bunch of lumberjacks and moose, maple syrup. I don't think that's the case.
Anthem to be translated. If you're doing the national anthem
New Delhi for real? I just think national identity is important. And the second you start eroding the culture of the host country, it just gets bizarre.
Translated, is it still really the same national anthem? Nobody listens to the national anthem.
The cultural washing merging in the West is so weird, bro. Where's the nationalism from the government? You're not allowed to have it if you're a white Western nation. Don't you understand this? And this is not even on like some racist type shit. It's just a fact.
For the lyrics anyways, it's like the anthem itself with the original
it's sociology. in history.
Language intact is a symbol. Canadians complain about Indians using beaches for bathing, calling it a transformation into a third world country. Holy shit, they actually brought soap to the beach, but hey, at least they're using soap for once. This guy is washing his ass and everything. I mean, hey, good for him, but I feel like this is something you should be doing in private.
Washing his ass is diabolical.
Successfully converted Toronto downtown into Punjab. What do you mean by successfully?
All my Indian friends I grew up with are so disgusted by these people, bro. Yeah, there's a generational gap.
That just seems like very weird word choice. Now, you might be wondering, how are all these...
Like, if you're Indian, or if you're any race or ethnicity, you come from any culture, there's an assimilation phase into the new land. You learn the language, you learn the culture, you learn the values, you learn the customs, you learn the traditions. But when millions of people just show up at the front door and refuse to assimilate, you get a clash of cultures. And then you wonder why people freak out. This is not rocket science. It's just basic human behavior. No one hates bad behaving immigrants more than good behaving immigrants, makes them look bad. It's the same thing with skipping the line.
Indians getting into Canada legally. Now, I actually found a video explaining it.
Do you want to know why Indians are getting so much hate in Canada now? It's because more Indians have come to Canada in the last 5 years than the last 100 combined. And they're all coming as international students. Great. They're all studying at schools that are legitimate. No. 94% are studying at community colleges and these diploma mills for certificates. Like Anderson College, that used to be a Walmart, and then they made it into some diploma mills. Or Candor College, which is literally connected to an Indian restaurant.
What?
Has graduated over 45,000 Indian students. And also has a...
Why is Indian food outside the best food in the world, but not inside India? Well, you find that with a lot of different ethnic cuisine. I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people, but American Italian food is way better than Italian food. And I don't even need to go to Italy to tell you that. You ask any person that has been to Italy, they say the food is good, not insane. You come to New York, your mouth will fall off bursting with flavor.
Another college beside it, Stanford. So here they are, Sasani is going to Stanford. No, not the one in California, the one in Brampton.
So yeah, basically these people
Turns out America actually makes better food. It's true.
are using these diploma mills shown, which really aren't real colleges, in order to loophole the student visa laws. And I looked it up, and apparently the US has more relaxed student visa laws than Canada, whereas if your student visa expires, as long as you're still going to school, you're still technically a legal citizen. I don't know what corrupt politician or immigrant politician put this in place, but this should not be a law. This is kind of weird. And the fact that liberal Canada has stricter laws than this is honestly concerning.
Like 5? There are 800. There are 800 of these just in Ontario. I don't know.
Fake diploma mills. So are they attending class, or are they just showing up and paying for a piece of paper? I'm confused. Come to Europe and taste our food. I double dare you. I've been to Portugal, Spain, Ibiza. The food's good, I'll tell you that, but it's not better than American food. I live in a pocket of the world where I have access to quite literally the best, highest quality food on the planet. And I will die on that hill because I know it's true.
About the other provinces. I'm Toronto born and raised. And every brown kid I grew up with went to either UFT, York, or Ryerson. All right? What the f*** is this? What are these schools? Some of the smartest people on the planet. I'm not even Indian. You know who taught me AP Calculus? A random Indian man on YouTube. We're not getting these geniuses. All right? We're literally getting deep rural villagers. That's why they're studying at these fake
Rural villagers is insane.
schools. Because they would never qualify for permanent residence without a little scamming. Which is why the highest number of asylum seekers in Canada were international students from India. Illegal border crossings into the United States, only Indian international students.
Wow, so they are using
They're exploiting the college visa tech.
diploma mills to loophole student visa regulations to get into Canada, and then from Canada, they are illegally going into the United States.
Isn't it crazy how this entire world is just an optimization game? It's all about min-maxing. People will choose the path of least resistance given the opportunity every single time.
I guess we need a wall up north too, because goddamn.
These dudes that are protesting in tents for
Like, all it takes is, I think it's the 20/80 rule. 20% of a population to do something for the rest to get on board. So if you get a lot of migrant families exploiting the structures that are in place in the West, at the time of establishment, could have never predicted the influx of people that would come. Then word gets out and their entire family and bloodline and ancestry and caste system comes over as well.
PR, when they went to these fake diploma mills, never seen before, only Indians. Have you ever seen job lineups for minimum wage that circle around the block? Millions, literally millions of villagers to compete with high school and college kids for jobs. That's why people are talking about pooping on beaches. Indians have been here forever. Never heard about pooping on beaches until now.
This is why I told you guys to finish your food before we go into this video a little bit deeper, because yeah, we will be talking about this shit, literally talking about it. But first, we gotta talk about the Indians going into Japan. The Japanese and Indian governments aim to formulate a plan to promote people-to-people exchanges, setting a target of more than 500,000
I didn't know Japan was doing that, to be honest. They are ultra-nationalists there.
people over the next 5 years, according to sources close to the Japanese government. Tokyo aims to increase exchanges in government, industry, academia, and other sectors, harnessing India's dynamism to fuel Japan's economic
They
growth.
canceled it? Okay, that makes sense.
Of the 500,000 people, 50,000 are expected to be highly skilled Indians with specialized knowledge who will work in Japan. Oh my god, even the government is out here scamming. Like, this is a terrible idea. I'm just gonna say that myself. Like, it's just a terrible idea. The Japanese can't even get along with
You must have a very big rat. You need a Torianzo steel.
the Koreans, and they look alike. What makes you think that they're gonna just take in Indians and not be hostile towards them? There's already been footage from years ago of Indians harassing a woman, trying to get her to show off her cleavage. In fact, the AI bot
Yeah, there's definitely a rape problem. Nobody really talks about that. Huge rape problem in India. Especially if you're a white woman. Imagine that. You want to study abroad. You want to embrace other cultures. I would just skip over India.
is confused with another incident where a Japanese woman went to India and reportedly got molested. This seemed to happen during the Holi festival, which other people have reported getting molested as well.
Last week I was harassed at the Holi festival in India, and here is exactly how it happened. Example number 1 is when I say no, but this local man did not care. Just give me So he proceeded to aggressively grab my face from behind. So an example of my friend getting harassed is going to be more common, where they decide to excessively touch and then throw flour at her face, and a lot of them do this to blind the woman.
This is a nightmare. Holy fuck. They're just throwing pocket sand at this woman so that she can't see or hear, completely disoriented, so they can abuse her.
So they can grope them and grab their chest. If you slow the footage down, after he touches my friend, he grabs his mate and says, "Hey look, there's a woman, you should go touch her face." Now,
So yeah, these men basically throw this paint or whatever into these women's face, and then the blind
It's like India missed the patch update. They don't know how to act around women. They scare the hoes. I'll say it. They're scaring the hoes.
And then I saw women in the comment sections blaming men for this, and it's like, well, it's not men, but it is a certain type of men. I find it interesting that some women are too
They've been on arranged marriages for like 1 billion years, bro. They have no need to develop riz. See, that's the problem right there.
scared to be racist or be against a certain culture while
Someone call Skeeter Jean.
getting molested, but then they think being sexist is okay and judging an entire sex of people based off of this culture. In fact, women are starting to get scared of getting into Ubers and are now requesting women-only Ubers. Who do you think is driving the Ubers? In fact, I saw this video of 2 women in the back of an Uber with an Indian driver who is refusing to drop them off at their destination, driving on the freeway very fast, and saying that he'll only let them out to their destination if they agree to marry him.
Dude, I'll literally give you a cash tip to let us out. Like, I will pay you for your time.
Do not redeem.
Why? Why are you pulling over? Dude,
This is terrifying.
pull over! Let us out! Crazy! Why?
New incel tech dropped.
Fuck, you're gonna marry you. Why do you need to marry
I mean, how could you say no to such an offer?
one of us? Why?
Now, I like making fun of women just as much as the other guy, but there's people in this comment section that were like, "Huh, stupid women, what, they want to be let out on the freeway?" As if they were like defending the Indian guy doing this action. And it's like, no, they didn't
Game is game. Take notes.
want to be let out on the freeway. They wanted to be let at their
This is how my grandparents met, actually.
destination. And if you look at the GPS
Sometimes the hoes must be scared.
screen, this guy needs to make an entire U-turn because he purposely went past the exit that he needed to take. Like, yeah, I'll make fun of women when they're in the wrong, but
Yeah, these girls are racist and ignorant.
clearly this guy is deranged and needs to be out of the country. That's not racist to say that. He's a criminal. This is technically kidnapping. Anyways, we got a little bit off topic. Let's go back to travelers to India.
Please, no, sorry. Please, no. Out. Call your friend.
This gorgeous Korean travel blogger just shared her recent trip to India. And man,
I could have told you.
what started as an exciting adventure turned into a complete nightmare. In just a few days,
Sexual assault speed run. Yo, is that Philion? The hell? She got my third eye. That's stolen valor. She's crazy for solo traveling, not gonna lie.
she dealt with non-stop
She's crazy for going to India.
stalking, creepy harassment, and scam after scam. And if that wasn't bad enough, the whole thing ended with a nasty car accident. She went there curious about a different culture.
Was the videos on the internet not enough for her curiosity? I mean, people be like, don't believe the propaganda online, and then go and experience the propaganda that happens online.
Pushing her deeper into despair until she finally broke down crying on
She got one-shotted by India. Many such cases.
camera, shouting, "I hate India."
That's not good.
Are you fine, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm crying.
Why?
Guys, I hate India.
To India.
Oh no.
Yes, you heard that right. It's my first time traveling by myself
It's not just one person, bro. There's so many people like that. That's what's so fucked. I know.
and going to India. So I really appreciate any tips or any travel hacks you guys.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna say, if you haven't finished your food,
This is why cultural relativism is just such a load of horse shit. I don't know what these people want. I don't know what will make them happy. Because it's the complete rejection of objective truth.
you're gonna have to either continue this video at another time, or you're gonna have to hurry up and finish, because we're gonna be
What the fuck, dude? Just respect their rape culture.
talking about this shit. This is a guy just straight up defecating in a Starbucks. Just no care in the world, no shit.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Shame, just straight shit falling out of his pants. I don't know what kind of person you have to be doing this kind of stuff, but maybe it's like that guy said earlier, it's a villager who just doesn't know any better, but this guy is holding what seems to be a phone charger, so he can't be that backward. Even if we give him the excuse of, okay, maybe he has diarrhea and just couldn't control himself, when I have diarrhea and I'm about to shit my pants, I'm usually
Starbucks is a prime pooping location too, by the way. You ever on a road trip? You're praying a Starbucks pulls up.
running to the bathroom with shame on my face. If I pooped myself in public, you do not know how embarrassed I would be. Like, this would be almost like the goonicide. But this guy is defecating in public in Starbucks while holding a conversation with—
More like shart butts. Pooping your pants should be a deportable offense. Listen, I have a rule here at Third Eye Global. You're allowed one shart per year. And that's generous. Sometimes you're trusting a fart and there's just a little bit more. I feel like that's fair.
the employee with no shame at all. His ass is just hanging out. I can't even show this on YouTube. I have to censor it.
Calling for the mix for cow dung soup.
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? What did you just say? The myths of cow dung soap? This sounds like the most counteractive thing I've ever heard. What's next?
In Africa, they build huts with cow poop. It's true. A lot of cultures love poop. They don't view it the same.
Fucking piss shampoo?
Let's burst them wide open. Myth 1. People think it's unhygienic. Actually, cowpathy soaps are blended and sterilized with herbs and essential oils for fresh and clean feel.
Oh, thank God. I thought they were just rubbing cow poop on themselves and calling it clean. Oh no, thank you for elaborating. Now that I found out that you actually add essential oil. No! That doesn't even matter! That doesn't matter! You know those people that don't shower and instead they
They're not beating the stereotypes. Social media is not helping with the personal hygiene.
just spray cologne on themselves? That is just what you're doing. These herbs and essential oils are not gonna mask the smell of cow shit.
Myth 2. It smells bad. No. We add essential oils, so it smells amazing.
This is Indian math, where they add essential.
They are not stereotypes, they are facts. Yeah, I don't really know how you argue that when you have people throwing poop at each other. So that's actually what they're doing. They're playing with poop.
essential oils to literal cow poop and think it smells amazing.
3. It's only for traditional use. Wrong again. Our soap blends ancient wisdom with modern skincare, which is perfect for your daily beauty routine.
Listen, you Indians, if you want to use this, that's fine and all. Like, you know, it's a free world. Do whatever you want. But like,
maybe Europeans were one-shotted by mystical Eastern Hindu teachings and gave them too much credence. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the Vedic texts, Hinduism, Sikhism, guru worship, okay? Keep it so simple here. Tradcath, Christ is King, Maximum Aura, Crusader Edit, Fonk, Bible verse, Dark Christianity. You're just not beating that. I mean, the parables in the good book, Western morality, the man who beat death itself.
Whose idea was it to make this advertisement and advertise to the Western world?
Isn't all Vedic text sourced back into Indo-European migration anyway? It's all Brahmin coded. It's a rabbit hole I haven't gone down yet. All I know is I don't identify with Shiva the Destroyer or a purple elephant with 9 arms.
Like, do you really think a white man in America is going to be like, oh, wow, ancient Indian wisdom, cow poop with essential oils?
Well, there are a lot of white women who do that, and white men who follow chasing the shaman pussy. They want that liberal sniz. Osho speaks of this.
I need this soap. Oh my God, it's so amazing. I don't even think the tolerant left here in America would appreciate that. Like that blue-haired, hyper-liberal, college student girl, she would puke at the idea of this. In fact, I'm willing to bet that the essential oils makes this smell like even worse.
Ready to burst this myth and get glowing skin? Try Cowpathy and let's change the way you think about the soap.
I looked it up and they have everything. Bath care, hair care, face care, home care, so your dishes can smell like cow shit.
This can't be real. Cow shit shampoo? It actually might be real. Ingredients. Cow dung. There's no way. Did somebody come up with this as a joke? To point to and be like, see?
And so your room can smell like cow shit. Lip care so you can kiss and taste cow shit. Medicine.
Surely this has to be like an ARG, right? Alternate reality game, some sort of internet puzzle.
And oh my God, like... Nigga, you made a grown man cry.
I feel like a lot of the Indian social media slop that hits a lot of people's algorithms are just made to rage bait people.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. And matter of fact, I'm not even going to have the freeze frame on. I'll take this off and put something happy in.
It's just a game of trying to be as disgusting and degenerate as possible.
Calming and relaxing so you get... But this guy, yeah, he ate cow shit. And then there's the cow poop festival where they just throw...
I told you. I'm not making this up. They're flinging poop at each other. You're just not beating the allegations when you have a cultural festival of throwing shit at each other.
Cow poop at each other all day for an entire day. Like, this is supposed to celebrate, and then they bathe in it and, you know, basically have snow fights, but it's with cow poop.
Yeah. It's a festival or ritual in South India splashing cow dung on each other.
This guy decides to eat yogurt with the cow's tail, which in all honesty is the most tamest thing you will see with Indians doing to a cow. For example, this guy is drinking cow piss, and I don't know why you would need to farm it.
That's high tea. Get a little stank on the tongue, you know what I'm saying? Gets you just right.
Straight from the tap when they actually
Call that the Indian espresso.
sell this in a bottle. And yes, you can actually find this product on Amazon. But it's not just Indians polluting their body with cow fecal matter and cow urine. They also pollute the earth through the Ganges River. The Ganges River is a river in India.
Biologically dead, by the way. There is no life form capable of surviving this body of water
that the Indians hold as holy.
This looks like my watercolor slop bucket in art class. You know, when you paint a little bit and then dip it in the water to clear it, change colors.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really look too holy.
What about swimming in this?
Swimming is like once a year, everyone likes to have a swim in this river.
Doesn't that get you sick?
No. Like have faith in water. You see, the water is pure, but we as sinners, we pollute the water. I take...
Oh, the water's pure, okay. Have faith in the water.
Only think negative. My thing no negative. Everywhere.
Their immune systems must be studied. So I've spoken about this before, but whenever I see a really fat person, I'm talking morbidly obese, but in reality, they don't even have to be that big. Just those heifers, just a homunculi waddling down the street. I'm always like, these people they must be in eternal suffering. They must feel like shit all the time. I don't think they do. I think they're actually really resistant. I think they're actually buffed. And I think that they're car crash proof. I think they're built to survive winters. Meanwhile, over here, I touch a seed oil and I shorten my life by 3 months. These people are anti-fragile. There's something to learn here. When your entire environment is trying to kill you, you actually become bulletproof. Shit just rolls off you. You can live off cow piss and feet meat.
Clean.
It's all about perspective.
Please look, USA people and USA friend.
Wow.
How? What's your excuse, Western man? Bro died 48 hours later.
If you think the water is clean, then the water will be clean. If you think the water is medicine, it will heal you.
Yeah, we call that alchemy, transmutation.
If you think it's poison, it'll kill you.
The problem is the average Indian man is weaker than the average EU woman. I've seen those stats.
Wow, brother.
I mean, a lot of that comes down to culture and diet. Meat's hard to come by. It's expensive. They're traditionally vegetarian, vegan.
Oh, by the way, there's dead, rotting bodies in this water as well as sewage. Politician drinks from the Ganges, the cleanest and holiest river in India.
But see, a lot of that is cope, right? To say that all Indian men are weak, that's not true. Maybe on average, hence statistics, but I've seen some jacked Indians for sure. There was one at my old gym, trend out of his mind.
Starts shitting and coughing blood, dies. Okay, but he didn't die. He was hospitalized, and it was a different river in India. I'll give Indians the benefit of the doubt. You're really
The Brahmin caste are the jacked ones. So I've asked one of my friends who's been to India, he's traveled to many different foreign countries, and he said that the people there are literally some of the happiest people he's ever seen in his life. Like true joy. Very generous, welcoming, give you the shirt off their back. And he also said that there was an insane wealth disparity. So you'd see really rich people and some of just the absolute poorest of poor. And I asked him, is there actually a caste system? Now, if you ask any Indian, they'll say yes. But I meant like, do you see it metaphorically when you're out and about? And the answer was yes. There is a true caste system where it's near impossible to move up the social hierarchy given your birth caste. It's hereditary. It's an ancient system of social stratification. The Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, the Sudras, and the Untouchables. Indian billionaires can walk into the slums in 5 minutes from their penthouses. So can New York billionaires. Whenever you get these cities, that's where you're going to see the biggest wealth disparities.
Not supposed to be drinking river water from anywhere, like untreated. I just don't know why these Indians are drinking it, trying to prove some kind of point. Like this is not good for you.
I'll show you the beautiful river. Well, I mean, you can't really tell there's water under there.
See, my Western European American brain cannot comprehend this. I'm Teddy Roosevelt pilled. I like national parks. I like nature. I like beauty. This is a tragedy. This is disgusting. This is almost demonic. It's a rejection of nature itself.
This can't be real. Like, you can't claim
Like, it actually doesn't compute in my brain.
a body of water is holy and then treat it like this, man. The Yamuna River is often cited as the most polluted river in India, particularly the downstream of New Delhi, due to untreated sewage, industrial waste, and lack of environmental governance, making it hazardous and
Like, what does the government do? If anything, it just feels like a free-for-all.
uninhabitable for aquatic life. While other rivers like the Ganges are also severely polluted, the Yamuna state is marketed by toxic foam, zero oxygen levels in certain stretches, and contamination that makes it unfit even
The Bangalore River consists of burning foam.
for animal bathing. Yes,
It's a
the
bunch of primordial oozes.
Yamuna River is directly connected to the Ganges River.
Yeah. You can drink this? Yeah. Oh, hey bro. It's not clean. My thing clean. Your thing clean. Yeah.
He honestly probably just grabbed that bottle out of the river too, like just saw that shit passing by and just grabbed it.
What's so crazy to me is that there's actually a lot of dead bodies in these rivers. Like mass grave sites type shit. Just bloated corpses and animals. Carcasses.
Yes, my thing no negative. River mother. You see this? Color, bro. It's okay? Wow.
It's Indian Gatorade. Fucking algae can't even survive.
You immortal guy.
They always flex after drinking this water as if they just did some tough thing.
They're built different. I wouldn't do it. Worse, untreated sewage empties into it. Yeah. Once again, poop, piss, blood, pus.
Like, you wouldn't flex after drinking tap water, you know, because the tap water is actually clean. They, like, deep down, they know, like, hey, like, this is actually a challenge for my body to overcome this dirty-ass water. In fact, in the 1980s, there were so many dead bodies in this river that they initiated a plan where they would put carnivorous, flesh-eating turtles into the river.
See, this is why you watch kick.com/Philion Third Eye Global streaming 7 days a week. Putting in hours every single day. I tell you this stuff in advance. I breadcrumb you. Then it comes full circle. Then you leave here having learned something with the proper context and academic intuition that you didn't have before.
To eat these dead bodies and to clean the ecosystem. India once released 25,000 flesh-eating turtles into the Ganges. A plan to clean up corpses failed due to the lack of planning. Can you guess what the Indian government failed to account for? It was plagued by corruption and mismanagement, and though plenty of forethought was put into raising the turtles, not so much attention was paid to seeing that they survived in the wild after their release. As a result, they were poached and killed in large numbers.
Poor turtles, bro.
These Indians just ate the turtles. The turtles were supposed to eat them, but they ate the turtles. You can't make this up, man.
We are in an Airbnb and we are going to ask our security where we can throw this because there is no bins anywhere here.
So this lady stayed in an Airbnb in India. Yeah, and they had no trash can, so she gave it to the security guard, and guess what he does with it? He just throws that shit over. Not my problem.
There's just not an excuse for this. Like, I don't... They're not beating the allegations.
God, that reminds me of this scene in the Simpsons movie where...
It reminds me of those old Facebook viral prank videos where the guy will be behind a wall at the beach in the public showers, and he'll dump shampoo on the guy's head, and he'll keep scrubbing his head, and just never-ending soap, except it's poop. It's just duty.
Homer comedically dumped pollution into the lake. Isn't it crazy that one culture's comedy is another culture's reality? Government installed revolving door at a public spot causes struggle to get through. I don't know if this is the fault of the public for not knowing how...
So, I'm genuinely curious when I ask this. How and why are there so many Indians from a population standpoint? Because as I was growing up, I believe the world population was about 6 billion, then 7 billion. But you would hear, oh, India and China. their numbers are going crazy. Was there a specific point in time where they just started breeding like crazy? No sex education, huge rape culture, no prophylactics. Need for labor. Poor countries tend to have higher birth rates. They never had to endure the plague. They lie about the numbers. They get married and they don't get divorced culturally. They culturally believe in a big family.
How to use the revolving door properly? Or
like, we can't actually count the number of people in a country at a given point in time. There's no way. Maybe in America, where there's standards and protocols and organization. But I'm not trusting the Indian government to do a head count, roll call, when they don't even have clean drinking water. And they throw poop at each other.
If it's just the engineer's fault for making this so poorly. Look at the thing. It's about to fall over. And then you have these people who snuck out on the other side, not even waiting their turn, just cutting the line. And it's like, it's pretty obvious which side you're supposed to be on, dude, if you just followed the line. This also reminds me of that time where 7 engineers were suspended.
No, but we need to import 1 billion Indians to the West. Because they're engineers and doctors. See, this is the propaganda I don't identify with. The astroturfing campaigns.
After they built a bridge with a 90-degree...
This is a third world country. The narrative is so paused. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Where is this narrative coming from? Why is no one shooting it to me straight? I'm a New Yorker, okay? Do you know what that means? Don't fucking bullshit me. Give me the truth.
Turn. It doesn't take a genius to realize why this is such a terrible idea. I mean, unless they're expecting to put a stop sign here where you have to then make a right turn on the bridge when they could have just made it curved and had continuous flow. I guess they don't teach common sense when it comes to universities and
50 to 60% of new grad tech workers are unable to find a job. How do we fix it? Obviously, more H-1Bs. Yeah, makes sense.
India. This is also why Canada doesn't accept degrees from India.
Call the police for what you hit. How you hitting it? The car's parked. The car hurt you on the bike.
See, I've said this 3 times over the last 2 days, and I'm still pissed about it, and I'm holding it to my grave, because I've never gotten into a car accident. But the 2 times my car was dented into oblivion was when I was not in the car, and the damage was caused by a woman. I'm just saying. That's 2 for 2. 3 strikes and you're out.
The parked car with nobody in it hurt you.
I was not even in the car. And the car wasn't moving, it was parked.
How is that possible?
Been in Europe for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
And already found a way to scam. Funny thing is, since this is Europe, she actually probably won this case too.
No, you don't. Listen, I've seen everything.
What a fucking scammer.
I've seen everything now. This is ridiculous. This is Sunday afternoon. You've got no better things to do.
Hey, now I have CDL, no accidents on my record. That's an exception to the rule. We talked about exceptions.
I crashed.
No, actually, she might be onto something. This guy hit her with his car and then managed to parallel park it and then run back into his apartment in time to pull out his cell phone and record her. And she didn't, and that's just what happened.
You hit me. No, you hit the car. You crashed into a parked car and you're trying to get my insurance details for what reason? To make a claim.
I think Chinese do this too, but I could be wrong. I mean, it's just a fact that illegal migrants will abuse the system in any way that they can to get an absolute payday. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. That's always been a thing. Ooh, look, a crack in the sidewalk. It would be a shame if somebody, oh, my neck! My back is literally broken. I'm paralyzed.
It's your fault. You're in the wrong. You crashed into a parked object. So look, if you hit a tree, were you gonna ask for the tree's insurance details as well?
Please don't ask her these kind of questions, because she actually probably would. Like, don't give her.
Modern day gypsies / Romani are of Indian origin, by the way. Yeah, I'm aware. Aren't they from the Indus River Valley, or did I make that up?
Any ideas, please? She actually would probably try to sue the government. Why did you plant this tree here in my way? You should have known that I was gonna ride my bicycle here and you planted this tree in my way.
Ah, here we go. Emerged from what is modern Indian state of Rajasthan, migrating from the northwest Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent. Proposed recognition as part of the Indian diaspora.
Guys, welcome to Canada. Oh, and this is also soon to be Japan as well.
ये नारियल हिलने लगा है।
Nigga, I can see the string.
गुरुदेव नारियल हवा में उड़ चुका है।
हर चीज का एक समय होता है।
नहीं, इस समय में ये स्टूडियो में भी लाइव करके दिखा रहे हैं। हाँ,
Look at this guy's face. He knows he's...
Fraudman just uploaded a 4-hour podcast with Pavel Durov, the Telegram founder, just FYI. Ooh, might have to take a look at that. The looks-maxing billionaire with 100 kids.
on some bullshit. He's like, are people actually going to believe this guy?
This goes for everyone. If you want us to react to certain videos, join the Discord. How do you do that? Go to kick.com/Philion. Post them in the reaction videos, and hopefully we cover it.
Look, he bumped into it! Dog, you can't be for real right now. By the way, people worship this guy in India. Also, I've noticed that a lot of Indians are kind of insecure about their race and claim to be something else, or open...
One of the main things you see on X is faceless accounts that are almost always Indian. It'll be like a Greek statue or like a Roman god. And it's just a Indian kid. The West has fallen. Trad West.
Only say that they wish they were something else.
My family has been Greek from the ancient times. My DNA test shows I am only Greek. This shows that Alexander is actually my ancestor.
Please tell me.
See, I told you.
This is bait, because this guy does not understand anything, because there's no such thing as 100% Greek. If you took some guy from the...
I'm convinced Europeans were just bamboozled by Hindu mystics when they first met them.
The meat shop in Greek, the big hairy uncle.
The India-Israel simping I cannot understand. Oh, I can understand it. It's quite simple, actually. Indians hate Muslims. That's literally it.
Even he wouldn't be considered 100% Greek at the DNA level. But this guy, no. This guy is not Greek, if you can't tell. Like, it doesn't take... You could put... He could show a baby this and be like, hey, do you think this guy's Greek? And he would say, probably...
They literally split the country because of them, by the way. You guys know about that? History of India? Yeah, the partition of the British India in 1947. Muslims in the areas that became Pakistan migrated to Pakistan and Bangladesh, then East Pakistan. Those who chose to stay or remained in the areas that became the Republic of India continued to live in India. Right here.
Ugu Gaga. Which, as a professional baby translator, that would mean...
That's why India and Pakistan are ops to this day. Yep. Fighting over Kashmir. China wants their hands in the pie, too. China also hates Muslims. See the Uyghurs.
No, nigga, he's not Greek.
Someone as white passing as me has received Indian racism online.
Is the white passing in the room with us? The only white thing I see in this video is the suds in the bowl and the inside of this mug. Oh, and maybe her eyes are white, too.
If her parents didn't immigrate here, she'd be sleeping in cow shit with no rights. The irony. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
I
So
got...
you're ready for
I've seen this as well. A lot of Indians want to identify as white or white passing. It's like a higher caste. It gets dark pretty quick.
Go ahead.
I got a racist comment. Do you want to hear it?
What is it?
If her parents did not immigrate here, she would be sleeping in cow shit with no rights. The irony. They're saying if I was still in India with you, we would be sleeping with cows and shit, but you didn't have cows in your house.
The lighter the skin, the more adored you are in India. Is that why they're obsessed with white women? Or is that more gooner coded?
Right.
Just look at Bollywood.
We did have cows in our house.
You low-key gotta respect the fact that she uploaded this, knowing that it's gonna do irreversible damage to her race. Top 3 Indian canon events. 1. Falling for your family friend. 2. Body hair trauma. 3. Being jealous.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, if you just Google Bollywood, you'll see a lot of white-adjacent skin tones.
Of white girls. This really isn't surprising considering that India has the most skin whitening product marketing. Wow, this Korean guy's looking for an Indian girl to be his friend. Jeez. Yep, says he's South Korean here. I wonder what this account is based in. Huh, India. That's not really surprising. DM Indian girls, we can be best friends. Let's be friends. DM Indian girls.
And they call us white supremacists for fuck's sake, lol. A lot of these cultures and countries have some weird racist supremacism. They'll get surgeries to correct their phenotypes. They'll whiten their skin. They'll denounce all sorts of shit.
This woman set her servers on this video.
Korea, China also love white skin. They want to look like porcelain dolls.
Sharing app to India and was immediately met by a person catfishing as a Korean, and then they showed her what seemed to be adult material. This was the first person that she met in India that didn't skip her. You can't make this up, man.
Mexicans hate anyone south of Central America. If you guys haven't realized, the only people that aren't allowed to be racist are white Anglo-Saxon countries. Every other country, free reign. India hates Pakistan. Mexicans hate Central America. The Dominican Republic hates Haiti. Haiti hates the Dominican Republic. North Korea, South Korea. Latin Americans don't like Spain. China hates everyone. The world is fucking racist, if you haven't realized. The Japanese hate the Koreans and the Chinese. Me? I love everyone. Africa is a clusterfuck. Latinos are so racist against one another, it's pretty common. Every single country in Africa hates each other. I hate everyone equally, except you, chat.
After the passing of Charlie Kirk, FBI Director Kash Patel had
Somalians hate Ethiopians.
This to say.
Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother.
I'll see you in Valhalla, which is a weird adoption of religious symbolism that isn't... It's like, what?
Have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Valhalla?
That's Norse mythology. Charlie Kirk was Protestant, and Kash Patel, I don't even know.
Charlie Kirk was a Christian. And you don't really look exactly like a Viking that would be in belief of Valhalla yourself. I know this is a touchy subject in current news, but saying you're going to meet somebody in Valhalla as an Indian is such a cornball move. Also, another thing that cracks me up is that Indians practically love Israelis, despite Israelis seeing them.
We know why. I already told you. It's because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Indians hate Muslims.
As subhuman. Here is an Indian couple. It seems like the man is saying, I love Israel, and he's being told to go back to India, and it seems like his girlfriend, wife, or sister or something is saying, you are the king of kings. And he is shouting, go back to India. Here's an Indian man who's trying to join some kind of Jewish ceremony, and it looks like he is just about to get kicked out. Never mind, he puts his head on the floor.
Honestly, this is kind of wholesome. You are my brother.
And bows to the Jew and then gets kicked in the butt.
Most natural wigs are made with Indian hair, over 99.9%.
How is this wholesome? Because it's just one side of undying support not getting the hint.
It's called black gold in the industry.
You wouldn't believe where this video is heading.
In 2004, this fact changed everything for Orthodox Jewish women.
It reminds me of like a little boy that like doesn't know his place.
Yeah, Jewish women were like, wow, this is such amazing hair. Where did you guys get this from? Oh, India? Yeah, we're gonna have to burn it now.
Because head covering is a religious requirement for married Orthodox Jewish women, they became a huge market. But once rabbis discovered that the hair came from these Hindu rituals, they raised alarms, calling it idolatrous and banning it. This led to the great wig burning of 2004, when women discarded their expensive human hair wigs, some even burning them in public, and turned instead to other forms of head covering.
So Jewish women were trying to trick God by covering their hair with real human hair. And then when they realized that this was from a Hindu temple, that's where they draw the line, right? That's where it's like, whoa, 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 this is actually breaking her religion's rules. Actually, guys, let's...
Do you guys know about the Eruv? I just find Judaism to be extremely fascinating with their customs and practices and the meaning of it. It doesn't really compute in my brain, but it's kind of like a little factoid you could pull out. The Eruv, it's a ritual boundary. And in New York City, check this out. There's a invisible fishing line that quite literally encompasses all of Manhattan. So you could walk under it on the Sabbath. It enables carrying within its boundaries, but all other Shabbat prohibitions remain in effect. So, as long as you're walking under the fishing line, you can carry objects. Yahweh did not see that one coming.
Go back to headscarves until we find wigs that come from another community. I think it's racism, to be honest, because if you've looked into Jews, they have a loophole for every single rule in their religion. But Indian hair from Hindu temples, that's where they draw the line. They couldn't come up with a loophole.
See, it's actually infuriating when we talk about this, because a lot of these cultures are ethnocentric and ethno-nationalist. They actually believe that they are the in-group and the superior people. And if you try to elucidate this point to a leftist or someone that believes in cultural relativism and subjectivity over objectivity, they're just like, yeah, I mean, like, they're allowed to do that. It's their culture. Like, you really need to stop believing the horseshit that is being signaled.
All for this one. Oh, and don't forget that one Indian guy that went to Tel Aviv thinking it was going to be some grand adventure.
The reality is, they're not going to let you hit, and they don't know you like that, little bro.
And ended up getting kicked out of every single bar and nightclub he went to there. Also, I don't know if this falls under the whole wishing to be another race thing when it comes to Indians, but meet Fatima Khan. Fatima seems to be some ex-Muslim who lives in New York and claims to be an American journalist. Except for she's not. She's an Indian man who got exposed for pretending to be a woman.
Many such cases.
In America.
Fatima Khan has left Islam and she's listed all the reasons for doing so. Except Fatima Khan isn't Fatima Khan. When you run her name through the database, she's a guy called Pankaj Srivastav from India.
Reminder that slavery was legal and segregation was legal. Don't base your morality off of legality. She's actually onto something.
Yeah, I know about that practice as well. The Mazitza Bepe. Don't Google that one.
I agree with her. However, let's look at India for the past 70
I'm serious. Don't Google that one.
years. The caste system in India was abolished.
And Bachabazi. Listen, all of these cultures have some fucking fuck shit going on. Well, I keep it simple here at Third Eye Global, okay? Love thy neighbor. Self-actualize. Cope, cringe, continuum.
In 1950, which banned caste discrimination and outlawed the practice of untouchables, which is a person that, based off of what they were born with, they are untouchable. You cannot touch them or even step in their shadow, or else you would then be considered dirty. When I say this, I mean this in the most literal way possible. To Indians back in the day, if you were an untouchable, they considered you worse than cow shit because they actually touch cow shit. Now you might be wondering, when did this start? Because it got abolished in 1950s. Surely that's around the time your grandparents were born. So when did this start? Apparently it was estimated to start in 1500 to 500 BC. So the system where you are heavily discriminated against based off of how you were born and what family you were born in.
It's just archaic and draconian. It doesn't really have a place in the modern world.
Has existed for almost 3,000 years, if not over that. But no, let's talk about slavery and segregation. And yes, I'm assuming that this is talking about American slavery and American segregation, since these things kind of go hand in hand, and if you mention these together, you're most likely talking about the American issue. Oh, and by the way, since we're on this topic, the caste system in India was so deeply rooted into the culture that it still has after effects today. This would be like Americans getting rid of slavery and then going into segregation. India is still in their segregation stage. Like, if you're from an untouchable family or another lower caste family, you are still segregated against. Not to mention, discriminating against nationality and religion still goes on today.
Interesting, the caste system came into place right around when the Indo-European migration into South Asia happened. That's what birthed it.
In India, here's an Indian official kicking people while they're trying to pray. Here's an Indian train station where they put the Bangladeshi, Pakistani, and Palestinian flag on the floor for people to walk on. Now, the Bangladeshi and Pakistani flag, I can somewhat understand. I don't think it's right, but I can understand why they would be doing this to those flags due to these countries having rivalries.
Kind of feel bad to admit it, but Asians in general are probably the most racist group on earth. Yeah.
Rivalries with India, but the Palestinian...
No, dude, it's white supremacists. It's those scary Nazis. It's the fascists.
Flag, that's just pure hatred. Like,
India was conquered by Indo-European invaders. The invaders bred themselves out, and what you find today are Indians of various admixtures of their once conquerors. That's the TLDR.
This country has nothing to do with India. And yes, I do believe in a free Palestine. In fact, one of the reasons why I believe they have the Palestinian flag here is because of how much of simps the Indians are for Israelis. Like, this is some kind of weird virtual signaling in hopes that Israelis will accept.
No, it's because they hate Muslims. It's not that hard to understand here. Just got to learn a little bit of history.
Indians one day. Now, look, I try to respect all religions, right? You know, like, everybody has their own beliefs, but okay, I don't know how to explain this without looking like an asshole, so I'm just gonna play some clips and I'm sure you'll understand.
India, there is a temple with 25,000 rats, and people worship them. The locals believe that the rats are the reincarnation of a goddess for followers as well as their own family members.
I am very happy.
Inside the temple,
you call me a rat the way I'm getting after this cheese.
You'll see people feeding rats by hand and drinking milk out of the same bowl.
Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Despite being the dirtiest creatures on Earth.
I'm in the back alley of the rat temple here. You can see the rats are just feasting on all this food, drinking water, and in all the cracks of the walls, like literally everywhere.
Okay, don't get me wrong, like, if you were gonna feed rats and, like, give them food and water and stuff, sure, whatever, you know, but, like, worshipping them, believing they're, like, reincarnation of...
These are my fellow New Yorkers right here.
family members, and then drinking out of the same bowl of them, I'm still not recovering from that, dude. That is disgusting.
Has been blessed by the Hindu monkey god.
Yo, I don't need to see the birth defects because of the drinking water and the lack of medicine. I don't need to see the fucking bulging heads with pustules. Like, I don't. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember being like 12 years old, opening up the YouTube homepage and being like, miracle, little girl, goddess born in India. And it just, kill me. Help! Help!
Giving him divine powers.
मेरी पूजा यहाँ पर इसलिए होती है क्योंकि जो लोग हैं मैं तो सिर्फ परमात्मा के आगे विनती करता हूँ दुआ करता हूँ जो भी मुझसे
He's Super Saiyan 4. He's got a monkey tail.
होता है मैं करता हूँ और लोगों की जो मनोकामना है वो पूरी हो जाती है और वो यहाँ पर आ जाते हैं.
But despite his position in the community, Balaji's health has become a concern for his family, and he is considering having his tail removed.
So Indians are worshipping a boy with a physical deformity, and the deformity is now taking over his health, and he needs to have it removed.
India, anything can become.
Yo, is that Philion? What the hell? Yo, that's Philion right there.
Oh my god. But sometimes even the weirdest things.
They stole my whole flow! Bar for bar! Word for word! They keep stealing my flow!
There's a visa gurudwara.
Dude, I'd fit right. They might worship me as a god. 6'4", gigachad, blue eyes, with the built-in Hindi, bindi.
People offer toy aeroplanes praying for their visas to get approved.
Like, who comes
I don't even have to take this shit off.
Up with this? Like, how do you know, what to sacrifice to get approved? You know what I mean? Like, and why can't you just ask God?
I like how Indians were like, something's missing on the forehead. We gotta round it out, you know? Let's make it a little more symmetrical. There's too much, it's too much real estate. Why don't we add a dot right in the middle?
Oh, God, please approve my visa. Like, why is that so hard? Like, in reality, do you think God really cares about a toy airplane offering? Like, let's be for real.
Telangana, there's a Visa Balaji temple where people bring their passport documents hoping Lord Balaji will clear their US visa problems. Current politicians and actors have temples. Narendra Modi temple in Gujarat, Sonia Gandhi temple in Telangana, Amitabh Bachchan temple in Kolkata, Rajnikant temple in Tamil Nadu, and even Trump has a temple in Telangana. And
can somebody...
See, there's a bell curve when it comes to organized religion. And when there's a lack of education about the secular and scientific world that we live in, it manifests into some just belief systems that are inherently, I want to say, low IQ.
Please explain this to me. Like, surely these guys are, like, seen as weirdos even in India, right? Like that one guy that was about to get arrested and he was calling upon Donald Trump in America.
But at the same time, if you extrapolate it far enough, there's actual theologians whose entire livelihood is interpreting the ancient texts.
even Americans were kind of making fun of him and calling him a weirdo. Surely, like, normal Indians see stuff like this, like somebody worshiping a statue of Donald Trump and being like, oh, yeah, that guy's loony. You know, they'll see the people drinking out of the same bowl of rats and being like, okay, yeah, no, that guy...
Trump God Emperor and Hindu pantheon confirmed.
He needs some mental help. But the guy that got pulled over in America, at least he has the excuse of being intoxicated and under a high-stress situation. These people are just like, it's a part of their daily routine. Like, wake up, eat breakfast, and then worship Trump. And in fact, it seems like anything can become a religion in India. This guy is walking under a bridge and touching the top for some kind of blessing and doing it back and...
See, the Indian or Eastern spirituality just misses me. Because there's no actual through line. It's just like worship as a whole. There's nothing to latch onto. There's no coherency.
Fourth a few times, it looks like everybody just started to copy him. It seems like this and the toy airplanes are actually outside of the realm of a religion and are more...
Damn, I was being religious when I was in junior high school. What, slapping the door?
Towards a superstition. Another thing that's observed in Indians is their creepiness towards foreign women and other things. 4 men gang rape a protected monitor lizard. Experts explain why.
I hate Vice. Dude, you don't hate journalism slop enough.
By Pallavi...
Did you guys see the BBC just reported that in the UK, inbreeding is actually based? It's actually good because they're whipped by Islam, completely cucked by the Muslim caliphate. I gotta be careful typing in BBC inbreeding.
Deer. However, just because it's being reported by an Indian doesn't mean that this happened in India, right? Well, that must just be a coincidence because forest officials in India are investigating 4 men who gang raped, killed, cooked, and ate a monitor lizard in one of India's most protected forest reserves.
There you go. 37 minutes ago. In real time. NHS pulls first cousin marriage guidance after backlash on health risks. The UK's National Health Service withdrew guidance from its genomics education program that acknowledged social and economic benefits of first cousin marriages while noting double-edged risks of genetic disorders in children. Released on September 22nd and highlighted by media on September 28th, this happened literally a couple days ago, like I said, the document argued against banning the practice of avoid stigmatizing communities, but critics pointed to disproportionate birth defects in areas like Bradford, where such unions account for 33% of defects, despite only 4% of births, costing the NHS up to $2 billion annually. Health Secretary Wes Streeting demanded an apology and review on September 30th, while Prime Minister Keir Starmer opposed a ban citing personal freedoms under the Equality Act of 2010. Yeah, it's time to fuck your cousin, chat. New patch update.
That is so disgusting. Like, not only do they stick...
Chat, once again, I urge you, I know everyone watching this is based and true, but those of you that are just lurking, the shit that I'm saying is not just like mimetic slop. These are actual headlines being put out via the cathedral, propaganda narratives designed to brainwash you into accepting untruths. Yeah, inbreeding's actually okay. It's 2025, dude.
Their private parts into a lizard, but after 4 men did that to a lizard, they all shared it and ate it. I have never seen a crime like this before. Division Forest Officer Vishal Mali told...
And guess what? British people can't even talk about it without getting fucking arrested. Oh, you got a license for that thought, mate.
Vice World News. The men are in their 20s and 30s and they appear to have done it for fun. There was no religious or black magic agenda. This act was so disgusting that the police were already assuming that there might have been some kind of black magic or satanic involvement for this to happen. But then they realized, nope, they were just doing it for fun. This is what they just do in their pastime. A report by wildlife advocacy groups recorded 82 cases of sexual abuse against animals in India between 2010 and 2020. Most recent cases of sexual abuse against animals included a man raping and killing a pregnant goat in southern India and a 60-year-old man raping a female stray dog last year. Here seems to be some kind of apartment listing. Indians seeking young white...
You know, this shit even like phases me anymore. I'm just completely calloused. There's like a shield system on my brain. Think right off it. I don't even. Of course, 4 men raped a monitor lizard in India. Of course. You didn't hear the news?
Female roommate. Description: 7 very friendly men looking to be friend and And what? I hope this is fake because this is honestly very creepy. Why are you looking for a young white
Please contact. Please redeem.
Female in specific? And dog, if there is 7 of you, surely if all of you have jobs, you wouldn't need another roommate to pay the bills. Like, people have roommates so they can share the bills. You have 7 of you. Here's a white woman that's in a push-up competition with an Indian, and then he tries to kiss her?
I don't know what it is with young females, even adult women. They have like zero self-preservation awareness. They'll just put themselves in situations where I'm like, yo, wake up. What are you doing? Not everywhere protects you. Not everywhere thinks you're human. You're pulling aggro right now.
Some countries have the average virginity loss is... What the fuck? Some of these guys have such broken English, I can't even read it properly. Let me
it's actually dangerous, because if you're a guy and, you know, it's your honorable duty to protect women, I think that is the case for, like, hard-coded, you know, in most men. You want to protect women, be there for them. You now have to risk your life because of their lack of social awareness. All I'm saying is, if I ever wind up on a fucking clip, a highlight reel, of like a street fight gone wrong because I'm trying to protect a poor woman, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm coming back and haunting each and every one of you.
try this one more time. Some countries has average virginity loss age is 17. Meanwhile, me at the age of 21 just watching everyone virginity loss. Did this guy really think we were gonna laugh with him and not think that he's a total creep? Here's a Twitter user talking about Israel becoming more diverse, referring to the
Kaguya's top gal. It's funny seeing all these accounts that you see on a daily basis.
These Indians on a Tel Aviv beach. A large Indian account responded to this with a screenshot of theirs from 2020 where they say, not gonna lie, I fapped on my auntie's panties when she was in the bathroom. And says, but you were still a perv, Peter. Didn't spare aunt. Except for the account was made in 2022, so a 2020 tweet is impossible, and this was actually an Indian just writing some fan fiction to slander some guy. And only an Indian can really come up with some disgustingly sexual stuff like this. And you can also tell because only Indians say auntie instead of aunt in the broken English when she was in bathroom. Indian nationalists on Twitter.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's just a joke account. Yeah, I mean, it's a meme account.
Are low-key kind of ruthless. Did you guys hear the news of that Indian truck driver in Florida that killed a family while making an illegal U-turn? Well, this is the Indian response to that. What's wrong? He took out 3 pedos. Chad took out 3 pedos from this world. Oh, but these Indian...
I'm more terminally online than this guy is, in a cooler and more sophisticated way. That's how I knew that was a meme account.
Indians were making jokes about it and stuff like that, but in the moment they found out he was Khalistani, they turned on him. By the way, Khalistani is just Northern Indian. Let me run you through the Indian mind games. If a brown person with an accent does something...
Dude, that's my uncle.
Something bad, the Indian's first response is, oh, this guy is Pakistani or Bangladeshi.
That's honestly kind of based. No, he's got to be Pakistani or Bangladeshi. You know, he's actually Muslim. He's not Indian. He's not one of us.
If he's confirmed to be Indian, they say, oh, he's Northern Indian. He's not like us. If he's confirmed to be Central Indian, then, oh, he's not Hindu.
Yeah, no, he's not one of us. We don't claim him.
He's not a real Indian. Then,
and if he is Hindu, he's not of my caste.
And if he's confirmed Hindu, they just repeat step 1 and say, this is Pakistani, sir, and they just lie about it. Or they'll just call you racist. After throwing Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Northern Indians, Muslim Indians, Christian Indians all under the bus, after all that failed...
Christian Indians? Do those exist? I feel like the closest things are Sikhs. They're kind of Christian coded.
They will then call you the racist. It's like these people just always have some kind of excuse to come up with. To make things even more ironic, the guy that was saying that he's not Indian, he's Khalistani, is then talking about a NATO representative calling for the dismantlement of India. Well, there's Khalistan. You guys didn't accept them when the guy made the trucking incident.
I forgot about Jainism.
But now that a NATO committee chairman is asking for the dismantlement of India, now you want them, right? It's the same thing with Pakistan and Bangladesh. They're still salty over the independence of these countries, yet they still want these countries.
Not from my cast, not human.
They hate them, but they still want them to be a part of India. Oh, and while we're on this topic, let's talk about how this wasn't even the only trucking incident where an Indian killed people. This guy was texting and driving while in a semi-truck, full-blown, full force.
Yeah, I mean, listen. The third world driving antics being imported into America is just wreaking havoc on a daily basis. I mean, think of all the deaths, all the preventable deaths, avoidable deaths. It's just not the same. Different maps, different game modes, you know. They don't have turn signals in India, so they just honk. You can't even watch a Larry Wheels workout video in India because the entire audio is just clipping with honk, 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 beep, 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 honk, 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 honk.
Rear-ended somebody, that is instant death. Here's an Indian that fell off the highway because he was driving while asleep in a semi-truck. Okay, now forget about all.
And these people are given CDLs and licenses to drive heavy machinery, literal metal monoliths, death traps, and they're just, you know, they're allowed to do it.
All this. Did you know that Indians are so egotistical that they believe that their English accent is the most superior accent in the entire world?
As an Indian person, were you aware that foreigners often make fun of the Indian English accent?
It's actually proper English. After I went to the United States, I thought they spoke wrong English, so I made fun of their English, so it doesn't make any difference to me.
I think our accent is better than theirs because I think they are like not that good. It looks like they're spitting.
I think no. I think they need to learn English from us.
This is just scientifically wrong. Like, linguistically, it's just wrong. English is not your first language. Hindi or Punjabi or something like that is.
What's the difference between Hindi and Punjabi? Is it like Cantonese versus Mandarin?
So, realistically, you're going to have a messed up accent when speaking English. That's just wrong.
It is like when we hear them, we find it funny.
The Indian characters like Apu from The Simpsons have perpetuated stereotype in Western culture that Indians sound funny when they speak English.
Like, we don't really sound like that at all.
I mean, they sound completely different. Like, that's just a fact.
We don't really sound like that at all.
You know, we don't speak like that, firstly. We do not speak like that. Stop doing.
But the naivety is cute. No, not me. No, I don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like they like the water is not tainted. You have to if you just change your mindset, it's clean. No, we don't talk like that. Like they can't ever be wrong. It's kind of fire. Think about it. Some of you could use some of that stubbornness. No.
Bro, you can't make this up. They've got to be trolling at this point, really.
Yeah, that's optimistic delusion.
I have no clue what accent I have. Do I even have an accent?
I love the African warlord accent, to be honest. It's like the over pronunciation of words.
That's disrespectful as shit, bruh. The fuck is wrong with you, bruh? Stop fucking laughing, bruh.
Americans don't know how to speak English. They're bad at grammar. They're like really bad. To be honest, they don't even have proper grammar in the way that they speak English.
In the way that they speak English?
They mispronounce a lot of words. Like they say water instead of water, and I just find it a little weird.
I will admit it, Americans do that, like water. Like, yeah, I say it like that, but she said water and water. Like, she did the same shit.
Spell a lot of words. It's always color is OR and stuff like that.
That's not.
I have the most default stock human voice with 0 accents. I actually have the correct English. It's both grammatically and phonically perfect.
Spelling, that's just how we spell the word. There's just a cultural difference between American English and British English.
Lazy. When you listen to British English, it's very formal, it's very, crisp and...
That's because I'm hooked on phonics. I'm phonetically gifted.
Classy. American English is like It's very lazy.
Indian accent is easiest to understand. Like they don't like slow it down like how Americans like slow, like not like.
Wouldn't that make it harder to
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow poop?
understand if you're speaking fast? The reason why us Americans speak so slow is because we have so many foreigners that don't understand us.
They stretch out a lot.
Yeah, we have to self-nerf.
Of words, and then it's like really like attitude-y.
Oh yeah, we are really attitude-y, but you guys bobbing your voice up and down while literally bobbing your head isn't attitude-y. And they speak really slowly like it's very attitude-y.
The Americans find the English accent quite funny when we speak English.
We don't speak that way. They just insult Americans, but dare you do the same? Yeah, I mean, I don't play by those rules anymore. I'm a 27-year-old man with a fucking mortgage. I will say what I will say. I'm on kick.com. I haven't even dropped a slur yet. Imagine my power level when I start letting it fly. How they imitate us, yeah.
I mean, like the word English, I feel like it should be like, yeah, like the.
She says this like Americans are the only ones that make fun of the Indian accent. Like English people from England don't also make fun of the Indian accent.
Like English, that's where the name comes from, you know, so I think.
If you want to debate that England English is the right type of English versus American English and Australian English or whatever, sure, I've heard all sides of the stories, you know, whatever, you can make an argument. They're all English-speaking countries, but we can all agree that the Indian English is not correct English and that they do sound goofy. Like, if that was the case that Indians speak better English than Americans, then how come when Trump was having that press conference, he couldn't understand a single word that the Indian reporters were asking, but they could understand him perfectly fine, and other English speakers can understand Trump perfectly fine?
Yeah, back home. In that context, I'd like to ask you a question about, in last few years, we have seen several groups in the U.S. raising anti-India voice, calling about separation, terrorism activities in India. Do you think that should continue here in the U.S. as well?
You're going to have to go louder.
Mr. President, people in India would be welcoming your decision to extradite Habur Rana to...
I can't understand a word he said.
He's a pop filter. He's speaking.
I'm not saying that Trump is the litmus test for the English language, but I mean, come on. Let's move on to an unfortunate...
Yeah, it sounds like he's at a drive-thru. One large fry. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Statistic. As of
No pickles.
2014, 597 million Indians defecate in the open. Second place being Indonesia with 54 million blown out of the water, times 10ing, and plus the second place. Obviously, this being a huge issue, the Prime Minister of India decided to build a bunch of toilets in rural India.
Dude, I wish I could poop in the open. You know how liberating that would be? Instead, I have to be in the actual correct environment. I need my own home toilet with my bidet. And if I'm going somewhere, I need the wet wipes on standby in a tactical backpack. And you think I'm joking, I'm not, okay? I can't be pooping everywhere.
Yeah. They literally went to these Indian village homes and forced them to have toilets. Later on, they investigated them, and during the course of the investigation, they were shocked to realize...
It is fucking insane to think about how many people are actually in India. Yeah, it doesn't compute. Like, it doesn't make sense in my brain. 1.45 billion. The U.S. has 340 million, okay? That is 1.1 billion more. That is 4 fucking times the size.
That house after house...
dense.
Had just done away with the toilets. Funny enough, they labeled these Indians as defaulters as they went back to their default setting.
Try telling you guys 5 million to each country on Earth and still have 500 million in India. If you were to actually import 5 million Indians to every country, every country would be India. Countries like Iceland have 380,000 people. How many Indians went to Canada? In 2024, approximately 483,000 permanent residents arrived in Canada from India. Okay.
One of the defaulters, though, was candid enough to...
You could actually take over a country in a matter of a year if you just let them in. You could destabilize entire governments with just bodies. 8 million over the last 10 years. That's a New York City.
The elders and children are used to defecating in the open and found it uncomfortable to ease themselves in unnatural...
There's 1 million Indians in Australia. How is that possible?
Surroundings. The toilets, constructed at the cost of 12,000 RS each, were entirely funded by the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, also known as the Clean India Mission, which is a countrywide campaign initiated by the government of India. So it looks like the government is aware of the problem and is actively trying to fix it, but it seems that this culture is going to take a little bit more to be corrected. So we've talked about Indians. Now, could you imagine Indians up in the air? This is when Indians meet airplanes. Air India plane returns after plastic bags and rags clog toilet. I don't know if that's just a weird coincidence or if it's just fate.
Dude, they can't even get trains right.
Every single time an Indian is involved, somehow poop or toilets or something is also involved. On this airplane, somebody was stinking it up by farting, and coincidentally, the one who speaks out about it had an accent. What a totally not suspicious accent.
Guy's not Indian, he's Pakistani or Bangladeshi.
Yes, because a radical Islam.
And if he is Indian, he's not Southern Indian like the Chads. And if he is Southern Indian, he's not in my caste.
Islamics are well known for their shaved faces, Indian accent, and their stereotypical polo t-shirt. Abhay Nayak arrested for bomb threat on UK flight. Just once again, another Indian trying to tarnish Muslim name. Seems like he was already upset with the flight and decided to just take down his enemies with them. An Indian man on a flight from Bali to Australia jumped out of his seat to try and kiss an attendant. What was the Indian community's response to this? That he was Pakistani. We haven't even talked about...
Dude, you can't beat this tech. No, he's not Indian.
The Indian illegal spree shoplifters.
She was dealing with a customer and he was purchasing something. He didn't end up purchasing something, but unfortunately he bought it with cash. So he stole one of my wallets. He was in this one right here. Not yet. You're gonna see him. He's gonna put down his backpack.
What's the fucking thought process of a guy like that? When you see a beautiful Hyperborean flight attendant and you're a literal virgin, you might act up. That's all I'm saying.
Here, and then he's gonna put something and grab something. He's very slick with it. He has the wallet in his hand, right here, right there. And then he's gonna put it and grab something with his other hand.
Blaming Pakistan is like when you blame your little brother for destroying something in the house.
Saw that?
Yeah. So he already had the wallet in his hand?
Yeah.
So that's what I...
Yeah, I can show you.
No, they just gave me the bag. I bought it from my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you take anything else that didn't belong to you?
No, just check.
No wallet or anything like that?
Just check.
Okay.
Everyone who comes to America is American, but every Indian that comes to India is not Indian. That's right. Now you're starting to catch on.
Give me 1 second, okay?
I mean, you can check it. Why would I do that?
That's why I'm here to ask.
I can go with you. I can talk to you.
So here he's admitting he had no involvement with any wallet. Watch how quickly he switches up when they catch him with the wallet. But first, how stupid do you have to be to steal from an airport, one of the most secure places in the world? Like, there's police everywhere, and the only way you're leaving is if you miss your flight or take it. He could have at least tried to been...
Same Indians make 90% of OnlyFans rich and make Save Europe memes. That's right. That is the Venn diagram.
Smart with it and stole 5 minutes before they were boarding for his flight. But even then, I think they would just delay the flight and kick him off the plane. Or just arrest him at the airport that he's traveling to. Unless he's traveling outside of the country to India.
Are you like crazy? She told me that this comes with this comes with an offer. She gave it to me, right? Come on, don't say that. You have the recording, right?
Yes, I do have it.
She said that this comes with this and this is for you with this.
Well, my only...
So then after he's caught...
I don't know how to explain this, but I'll try. When it comes to migrants and people from third world countries, when they're in the first world, the idea of the state and like authority like doesn't faze them. So they'll lie, cheat, and steal in like petty ways. In almost like, I don't want to say innocent ways, but like they think they're going to get away with it. As if they're getting, tattled on by their sibling. When in reality, like, the state, law enforcement, first world systems just don't fuck around. It's like, why are you lying? You're just going to get caught in it.
With the wallet, he tries to say that it was a part of a bargain where she was giving him it free with the purchase. This is how you know he comes from India, where haggling and bargaining is a real thing.
See? That's what I mean.
Because if that was the case, then on his receipt, the wallet would be marked off as $0. But since they don't do that in India, he tried to make that as his excuse.
For you. I'm a student, right? I'm going back to India. I bought it from my mom. And she said this comes with this. I said, oh.
I literally told you, I didn't watch the full video. I'm commentating as I'm watching, and I told you that he had a plane ticket to India, and as soon as he landed there, he was scot-free. Nobody would do anything about it.
Dude, this guy looks Greek. This is not an Indian man.
You're being arrested for theft of property, okay?
But ma'am, I have not done anything.
Okay. You'll be able to explain to the judge, okay?
Huh?
Are they back there still? No, they're right here. Okay.
Hello. She said she doesn't live here. She's from India. She's with family. They're coming to pick her up still. A few times. So basically, she's been in the store we've been watching for at least 4
Dude, she looks Valhallan. She doesn't look Indian.
4 hours. She's taken a ton of merchandise, different kinds. We're getting a total right now for you. It'll be well over 500, I'm sure.
No, it'll be more.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I definitely stole more than that.
Bro, you can't be this dumb.
Past the first set of doors, went into the vestibule. We stopped her in the vestibule, brought her back here. She's saying that she was still planning to pay for it.
Okay, what do you guys want done?
They always say that they're planning
He actually got arrested. That's how you know he's white.
to pay for it. Like, were you going to pay it in the parking lot? Were you going to pay it in your car?
So you don't have an ID on you or anything like that? No? No driver's license?
No, I don't drive here also.
It's just, I just don't know what to do. It's like, do you have identification? No. What's your name? Who are you? I'm no one. I'm everyone and I'm just an enigma. Like, our system is not equipped to deal with the lack of logic. The American political justice system works perfect when everyone follows the rules and sticks to the plan. The second you get a chaos agent and it's like, I don't have an identity. It's like, where do we begin?
Okay. So you don't have any sort of Illinois ID, anything like that?
I'm not from this country.
So where's your visa? Where's your passport? You didn't have any of these things, but you were able to steal over $500 worth of merchandise from Target?
Where do you live?
India.
There's just nothing to do.
Negative.
Who are you staying with right now? Where does your family live?
Family is in India.
How'd you get here?
On the flight.
On the flight?
Yeah.
You just spawned in.
So you're here by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. They let you fly over without a passport?
Of course I have one.
You have a passport?
Is it with you?
It's how do I carry the passport and roam around?
Okay. Let's see your passport.
I don't have a passport right now.
I know she's trying to just make it hard for the
Yeah, she's just hearthed to Toronto.
cops in hopes that they just let her go. But in reality, she's just making things worse for her. Here's another Indian woman who also coincidentally was shoplifting from Target of all places.
Do you speak English?
Not very good.
Not very good? What's your primary language?
Gujarat.
What is it?
Gujarati.
Gujarati?
Great, she was shoplifting and the only language she speaks is some random Indian language from the depths of the Indian village. Luckily for the police though, judging off their hoodie, they're in Canada, so surely there's a translator just down the street.
Home and clothing.
Yo, is that Philion? What the hell? Sorry, chat. You know, time's been rough. Gotta pick up a couple shifts at Target. Supplement my income. Yeah, I work security. I got 3 eyes for that, you know what I'm saying?
You just put everything in the cart.
I actually help Canada deport Indians with my investigative skills.
And then just walk straight out.
That's point of sales. Okay.
So we're here. They called us saying you were shoplifting. Do you have any ID on you? A driver's license or anything like that? No?
No, of course. Why would she have a driver's license? Why would she have a passport? Why would she have a student visa? Why would she have any kind of visa?
If you shoplifted and I can identify you, I'm not taking you to jail tonight.
I don't know if I'm just a gullible person, but honestly, what if she is just some village girl from India that for the first time she's seeing a Target?
Yeah, she's a regular.
Oh, nope, never mind. It looks like she's been to this Target before. Man, in all honesty, I'm kind of just tired about talking about this topic. I mean, it just keeps going on, and you guys know me. I'm not really the one to make...
I mean, it's just a failure to assimilate. It's the blatant lack of, I guess, cultural respect. There's a lot of things we can't explain going on in India.
40-minute long videos, but I still have some leftover clips that are just plain old goofy clips, nothing really too serious about them, so let's just get on to that and end this video on a good note. I've seen some Indians partying in Ireland with a bunch of drums, and you know, whatever is going on here is going on here, right? But
every follower needs to be a sub. I see what I can do here. Hundo P.
Some Scottish or some Irish guy decided to go to India and pay back the favor with a bagpipe. Friend in Japan invites me to visit the country.
You know, it's just one way, and it's not fair. The hospitality is not extended in the opposite direction. You don't see a lot of Canadians moving to India, I'll tell you that.
Countryside where he grew up. Driving through small towns in the middle of nowhere, Friend gets more depressed with every group of Indians I point out to him. Is there no escaping these people? Dude, why are they genuinely everywhere? Ireland, the United States, Canada, Thailand, now Japan? Keep in mind that the agreement between Japan and India was recent, so this was even before they agreed to take all these immigrants. I'm convinced that if you took a boat to the North Pacific Ocean in the middle of nowhere, there will be a bunch of Indians floating on a raft that you will smell from a mile away, and they're like, wow, nice place, sir.
They're just
shitting on the beach.
Canada,
I mean, logically speaking, there's just not enough room for them in their country.
Japan, this is your future. This actually is already happening in Canada. India House Restaurant. Yes, we're open to dine in, and yes, AI checked 100% deodorized staff. What do you mean AI checked? AIs don't have noses. Let me get in there and I'll
a Zoomer definitely made this banner.
Check, and I'll write up a report. You're gonna have to pay me a hefty price for that kind of torture, though. Funny enough, Indians in the comment section were calling this out and saying, wow, bro, you're really gonna play into European racism? And it's like, bro, like, it's not really racist if it...
Is that even true, though? Indian landmass is kind of big. 1.4 billion? I don't know.
It's your own race getting sick and tired of you guys smelling. Other people were saying, yeah, they lost my respect. I'm not going to be dining there anytime soon. As if they want your smelly ass stinking up the restaurant after they worked so hard to make it not smell. Like, good, yeah, stay at home. They can control the hygiene of their staff, but they can't control the hygiene of their customers unless they just refuse to serve them, which would cause just an even bigger uproar. Like, instead of reflecting on this and being like, dang, our own people are now turning against us, maybe I do need to actually use deodorant and take a shower, they double down.
I don't know if it's sheer landmass that is the issue for India. True.
And call these people out when they're trying to solve the problem. It reminds me of that one saying, if you throw a random insult on the ground, the owner will come and pick it up. I didn't even want to touch the Indian street food.
He didn't even touch it, which would radicalize me the most, to be honest.
Due to how overplayed it is, but we got some time to kill. Here's this guy. Here, have some masala with your leg soup. Sir, I think you got some food in my microplastics here.
There is a pubic hair.
Ew.
On the sweet pan. Something with his nuts. He just grabbed his nuts.
Then when Indians open a barber shop in India, as you can see happening back here, the barber eats every client's hair. We're going to play it, and he shakes his head too.
See, a lot of this is propaganda meant to get impressions and clout farm, because there's nothing to do in India.
This is where you shower?
I'll translate for him. He said, no.
It's just rage baiting.
We don't shower.
Is this a real leak or do they make the leak?
Some people, make the leak, but sometimes there are the leak.
So they're making food here?
Yeah.
Is this
now, this is real.
The hangout spot?
Yeah, every day they make the food here.
You a rapper?
Atish. He's an autist?
Yeah. No, his name is Atish.
Why are you trying?
Hindus and Muslims are late to the party in Northern Ireland and Scotland with religious hatred. They haven't even got 2 football teams yet to exercise hatred.
Try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful as shit, man. I see you trying not to laugh behind the computer screen, bro. Stop fucking laughing, bro.
In America, we say my Oh!
अरे भाई दूध गिर रहा है हेलो अरे मैडम का दूध गिर गया हेलो मैडम दूध अरे यार मैडम दूध गिर रहा दूध
I'll translate for you guys. He's saying don't redeem the card. Okay, so he's cutting some hole in the underwear. Surely we're doing some kind of do-it-yourself crap.
Like, this stuff to me is the same as those Filipino kids making pools and jungle fucking tree hangouts. You know what I'm talking about? Where they pull in the excavators off camera and they make it seem as if they're digging it with their fingernails. Underwater temple. 300 million views. Vietnam, whatever the fuck it is. India's version of this is street food and feet and aura farming with trains.
Here, please tell me they were at least washed. Not the phone in the little penis pouch. I think we're gonna have to end the video here, but before I let you guys go, I'm gonna give you one fun fact, one scary fact. Believe it or not, but
let me guess. 70% of India is not online.
65% of India does not have internet access.
I called it. I'm too online for this shit. What you're going to want to do is go to kick.com/Philion. This way you can get that tri-vision insight in real time. This is them at 35% power. Imagine 100%.